Alright guys, this will be my last out of previewing college football. We're talking college football on this channel with the exception of one more video coming. Really wanted to get my thoughts out on who really is a national title contender and maybe some games to circle on the schedule this upcoming season. Big games. If you look at the Big Ten first, you got Wisconsin and Ohio State. I think that game in Madison is going to be arguably one of the biggest games of the year. I think Wisconsin is a team that really I'm sold on. If you've seen it in my other video, I really think Wisconsin has a very good chance as your dark horse national title contender. I know everyone says Ohio State. Everyone's going to be picking Iowa. Those are the two who had a good last year. But Wisconsin is coming off a 10-win season. I really think Wisconsin is the sleeper out of that conference. Uh, so Ohio State going to Madison, that's the game I would definitely circle. Like their offensive line returning and John Clay, so look out for that. I know Iowa playing Wisconsin and Ohio State is also the other circle. For the SEC conference, contenders obviously Alabama because they're the defending champs. I think Auburn in some ways with their schedule. I like how their schedule is favoring them. I know winning the Iron Bowl is against their odds, but I do think Auburn has the potential schedule to do it. LSU is full of a lot of talent. They could arguably do it based on the talent they have. The question is if it translates to success on the field. Arkansas's got Ryan Mallett and a lot of offense. Questioning their other side of the ball, but Arkansas, I wouldn't sleep on them either. I know that Arkansas fan got pissed at me for picking other teams in front of them, but too bad. All right, that's just how I feel. On the eastern side, yeah, Florida, only because they're ranked right where they are as of right now. They're right now ranked number 3, I think. I'm not sold on the Gators as much to make a national title run, but they should be still at least in the hunt for as a long shot still. Georgia is the one team, some of you probably heard me talk about it, but I really think Georgia has a shot when it comes to long odds. They have the schedule to do it, and maybe they'd be able to leapfrog everyone. So the world's largest outdoor cocktail party is a game to schedule for sure. I would also circle the Iron Bowl probably as the biggest game in the conference, though. I really think the Iron Bowl will determine the West, possibly determine outside of the SEC title game. I really like the odds that Auburn has to really win a lot of their games, maybe not all of them, but they have a very good shot with the schedule they have. And that game in Tuscaloosa I think will be the biggest in the SEC, the biggest game of the year. Out in the Pac-10, I don't think we have any national title contenders. Or most likely the champion will have 2 losses because the conference will beat itself up. Everyone, I think 6 teams. Definitely it's going to be a 5-team hunt for sure as of right now. I mean, Washington's got the quarterback. Oregon has pretty much everyone returning despite their quarterback. Oregon State doesn't have a quarterback returning, but they got a lot of experience and they got probably the best coach in the conference. And then Stanford is full of talent on both sides of the ball. A lot of those highly touted recruits are coming in. And then Arizona's got a lot of talent on offense, a lot of returning guys. Mike Stoops is a defensive specialist, so wouldn't be surprised if they're reloading there on defense. But the game to circle on the schedule will probably be the Civil War, Oregon and Oregon State. Definitely wouldn't want to underestimate that one. But if you want to talk about the role of spoiler, when Oregon goes out to Berkeley and plays Cal, that's a house they have not won in for quite some time. So I wouldn't underestimate or sleep on that game if you're talking about spoiler rules for the Pac-10 title. Cal could easily do that because Oregon doesn't play well when they go to Cal. Those are the two to schedule or circle, but probably no national title implications because everyone in the Pac-10 is going to beat up each other. The Big East, I don't see any national title contenders, but I think the backyard brawl is the one to schedule because West Virginia, there's people believe they're a contender, and people also believe Pitt is a contender when Wanstead recruited a bunch of guys. I do think the heat is on Bill Stewart though, out in the Big East. I don't think he's that good of a coach to be honest, but the backyard brawl is going to be the big game to schedule. Probably, I think that will decide the conference title out in the Big East. For ACC country, I know Don V. I think his Hokies are going to be good. I know I didn't predict them to be well, but they're still the game to schedule with them in Miami, and also North Carolina and Virginia Tech going out to Chapel Hill. That'd be the other game I would circle on the schedule based on revenge and North Carolina's defense. We're going to see a lot of that. I know North Carolina starts against LSU right out of the bat. We'll really see if they're a contender or not. I do think Miami's that has the best chance because of their schedule. Uh, but don't sleep on the Tar Heels. I really like their defense, and I think someone from the Coastal has a very solid chance at maybe winning or going contending for a national title. The Big 12. Everyone's saying Oklahoma, Texas. I know that the Red River game is obviously the big the big game usually in the Big 12, rightfully so. The other games I wouldn't sleep on would probably be Oklahoma going out to Texas A&M and College Station. It's not because it's on the road, but I think A&M will be a lot more improved this year. Not necessarily, what Phi Colette would say, an undefeated, but I think A&M is a team that will have an explosive offense, maybe an improved defense. And I wouldn't sleep on the Sooners going out to College Station because this team, this Aggie team, isn't as bad as ones in the past. So I think that'll be it's the second biggest game in the conference. Texas, Nebraska. If Texas wins assuming Texas already has won the Red River Shootout, Texas and Nebraska could be the other big game of the conference. Ignoring the conference title game, that will be, I think, the other one that'll settle things. So those are the games I really have on there. The big contenders and not. But the big bold prediction I'm going to make here is that the Big Ten and the SEC will be the two conferences represented in the title game. I think somewhere among the trio, Ohio State, Iowa, and Wisconsin, I think one of those three is going to represent the title game. The other half will obviously be the SEC title winner between Florida or Georgia or Alabama, Auburn, LSU, or Arkansas. Those six, I think, are in the hunt. So those are the 9 teams I'd be watching because I think two of those 9 will be represented in the title game. Don't sleep on Wisconsin because that's my real dark horse pick or being outside the box pick because I really like Wisconsin's returning starters and I like them to shock a lot of people this year. So one more video on college football on this channel. Gonna give a quick shout out to all the Pac-10 fans on my next video who cammed up. I got a few of them, so hopefully I'll sub them after I show them in the next video. See y'all later and enjoy the college football season, everyone.